This is a country known for blood diamonds, poverty, and instability. But all I found were warm, welcoming hearts, people open to sharing their culture, and incredible traditions. Central African Republic is home to indigenous groups that many are trying to erase. They have incredible knowledge of the forests, and I am so lucky that I'm getting to learn from them. Let's look beyond the media. Come with me to Central African Republic. The Central African Republic isn't a place you hear about often, but that is exactly why I came. Deep in the heart of Africa, it is a country full of complexity, beauty, and resilience. And this is how my journey begins. On landing, I'm heading straight to my hotel in the capital, Bangui. This is where I'm staying. From my window, I can see the buzz of city life below. But the real story of Central African Republic lives outside of the capital. After taking a rest, I hit the road and drive towards the forest, away from all of the noise and into something far more ancient. Along the way, I see how people are living. There are vibrant colors. There is a lot going on. People seem happy and living their lives. It's impossible to talk about the Central African Republic without mentioning the political instability. For decades, this country has struggled with political turmoil, coups, armed groups, and foreign interference. At times, over half the population has been displaced or in need of humanitarian aid. Roads are often controlled by militias, peace deals come and go, and the government's reach barely extends beyond the capital. Yet in the middle of all of this, life continues. People build, people laugh, and people survive. And just like that, I've arrived to a village on the outskirts of the capital. The people who live here are the Aka people. They are one of the last remaining nomadic hunter-gatherer communities in the world. Known for their short stature, technically the Aka people are considered a pygmy group, which means we're going to be very similar in height. The chief came forward to greet us, and around us the energy shifted as people begin painting their faces, using their instruments, and preparing to perform one of the most sacred parts of their culture, the welcome ceremony. The Aka people have deep ties to rich musical traditions and an egalitarian way of life. They are known for their deep connection to the forests, their complex vocal polyphony, and their egalitarian way of life. And I could not have expected what this welcome dance was about to turn into. The chief began organizing all of the children and telling everyone where to go to get into place. Although it did seem like the women already knew what they were doing. We begin with a dance-off. I placed my camera up so people could see themselves, especially that kid right there. At this point, I'm just admiring, enjoying the music. It is just incredible how it all comes together. I hand the camera off to Dilara, and all of a sudden this granny starts teaching me how to do the dance. Okay, I definitely need a little bit more practice, but I'm starting to slowly get the steps down. Like many indigenous groups across the world, the Aka have faced displacement. Over the years, they've been pushed out of their ancestral forests by logging, farming, and conservation projects that don't include them. Some have been relocated to roadside settlements or villages where they can't hunt or gather and are cut off from the forest that sustains them. They still have these incredible practices and are keeping a lot of them alive through music. I feel incredibly lucky that I was welcomed in this community to have this incredible, fun afternoon. The polyphonic singing is like nothing that I've ever heard, but now it's time to go into the forest. And these kids are leading the way.
Where are we going, guys? No idea? Me neither.
And this is where the Aka truly come alive. Every path, every tree, every sound in the jungle, they know it very intimately.
Now they're climbing up the tree, and I think that they are going to be getting some honey from up. Let's see how they do this. This is pretty cool.
This man is climbing this tree with incredible ease and holding a bundle of leaves that are smoldering with smoke. The only reason that I knew that they were going for honey is because I know that smoking out bees is something that is done modernly as well. And this is also how they harvest wild honey. He has no protective gear on, just instinct and his skills. And honestly, I was a bit concerned. Because as he is hacking away at this, things are flying everywhere and he's holding that smoke. And it's almost seeming like he is getting bit by these bees. I was right. After a few minutes of hacking away, he came down holding a almost black honeycomb, and it's dripping with thick, sweet honey. As you can see, they are wrapping it in the leaf of the tree and bringing it down here so that we can take a look at it. I've never seen anything like this. And after all of the effort that he just went into to get this, I did not want to take any of their honey. But he tasted it and he seemed to really enjoy it, taking a huge bite of the honeycomb. Now, I don't speak any French and they speak a little bit of French, but of course the local language as well, so I'm just following. I'm told that this is the chief's wife, so of course I have to take a photo with her. And then now she's educating us on all of the different plants in the jungle. Again, the Aga don't just survive in the forest, they truly thrive. Every plant here has a purpose. There are no pharmacies out here, so the forest is their medicine cabinet. And right now they're collecting some of the different barks.
So supposedly this is erni.
In French, erni.
In French, but I don't know what that is in English. So this bark actually helps you if you have a hernia. There's an NGO that asked them to stay in one place, although they were nomadic before. They've been here now for 6 years.
Can you imagine if you are a nomadic people for thousands and thousands of years and then you're forced to change that? It's extremely disappointing what has been done to the indigenous people of Central African Republic. Listening to these stories, learning about Aka traditions, I just feel so lucky to have been here. After an incredibly filled day, it's time to say goodbye to Granny. We really had such a special bond and I'm going to miss her. Didn't expect to see statues of Wagner fighters in the middle of Africa, but here they are.
So right now, this was, we think, constructed by Russia, basically as a thank you because they made Russia the third language of Central African Republic. It is pretty interesting. There's really nobody here except for a couple of kids. Really interesting.
Even more bizarre as I saw that there is a carousel and I was hearing music. I realized that this is some type of Russian cultural space. I followed the sounds and walked into the room. As you can see, it's a Russian woman teaching a group of Central African kids to sing in Russian. These are all of the Russian language classes that they offer. Come to find out that Russian is now the third official language of the Central African Republic. This is after Sango and French. This is a shift that reflects how deeply Russia is embedding itself into the country, not just with the military, but culturally too. I mean, to be honest, the kids are having a good enough time. They're all singing, they're jumping around. And this is completely innocent, and while Russia's presence here goes beyond culture, since 2017 they have become one of the main backers of the Central African government. And as you watch us play here on all of the different equipment, I'll explain a little bit more. The Russian government provides military support, training, and security through groups like Wagner, which is quite a famous private military company. This partnership has been controversial. While some see it as necessary for stability in a country torn by years of conflict, others worry about the growing influence of a foreign power within its own interests, especially around natural resources like diamonds and gold. At this point, we started swinging on the swings, and I guess the kids finished because they came out and they started serenading again. They started putting us on their Snapchats, so we started taking some selfies and got some really cute shots. It was a really great time, and I'm super happy that I met these kids. Now, heading over to the Ubangi River. Right across there is another country entirely, and that is the Democratic Republic of Congo. The river is calm, wide, and beautiful, but what separates it could not be more different.
So behind me is Congo. That is Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Now, on one side, you have Central African Republic. They are politically fragile, they're heavily influenced by foreign powers, and they do struggle to project control beyond the capital. On the other side of this river, DRC is dealing with a crisis. Though I have been here, the conflict in the east has gotten so much worse. Millions are displaced, armed groups are operating with impunity, and the government is overwhelmed by instability and corruption. So similar to this statue in Bangui, these are considered Russian troops, and behind them protecting the Central African Republic family. What does this mean for the future of the two countries? Now, while this has been a very short trip, it is definitely somewhere that I would like to come back. I'm in line now to leave. It is a country that I have learned a lot from, and I hope you learned something too. I hope I'll be back someday, because there is a lot more to see here. Now, on to Cameroon.